Ask Reddit by user Zizizizizizison. Title: Older people of Reddit, what was the equivalent of teaching your grandparents to use the internet when you were growing up? Comment by Monkey Kebab: Child-proof caps on medication in the early 70s. None of the adults could figure that shit out, so they'd hand their bottles of meds to the kids for us to open. Everyone thought it was funny as hell. Reply by Poem for your Sprague: When little Timmy's mother said, "I cannot do it, Tim." She sighed and sadly shook her head. And gave her meds to him. "This bottle cap's a trap," she cried. "A trick," she called, "a chore. And all the tiny pills inside are lost forevermore." But Timmy knew just what to do. He freed her pills with pride. And Timmy took a pill, or two. And Timmy fucking died. Comment by Localgasiant, VCRs. They were all slightly different, and getting them to record TV programs at specific times was somehow guaranteed to fail. And if it went awry, you could be pretty sure that episode of The X-Files or whatever would not be broadcast again for a year or two. Reply by PCLIV: And on the few times you programmed it just right, that'd be the night something delayed primetime and you ended up missing the last 15 minutes of your show anyway. Or while you're working second, your roommate decided to watch ESPN in your room, for some odd reason, and the last half of Star Trek Voyager ends up being SportsCenter. Comment by BK Stevens: Taping the bit of cardboard over the remote so that only the power, channel, and volume buttons are showing. Comment by Kadandabounder: Programming the VCR. Comment by Anel Zen: According to my Nan, it was teaching my great-great-grandmother how to use a toaster that you don't need to turn the bread in. Comment by Miss Butterbean: My dad tried to turn my CDs over like records in the early 90s. Comment by Wiznit: A record player. They have 3 speeds, 33 revolutions per minute for LPs, 45 revolutions per minute for singles, and 78 revolutions per minute for the old-timey records. My grandparents had theirs set to 33. I was messing around with it and left it at 45. They called my parents ranting that I broken it. I told them how to fix by just moving the control that highly visible at the front. The next time I visited, they accused me again of breaking it. I had to change the setting and was told never to touch it again. The irony was completely lost on them. Comment by Big Red Car: I grew up in the 50s and 60s, and, although this is a great question, I honestly can't think of an analogous situation. Things were so much simpler before computers entered the scene, and the sense was always more of older people teaching younger.